In this video, I'm going to show you how to create custom combo charts with 2 or more metrics at different scales on the same chart. So just to show you what we have built, we're going to get data from Google Finance for the closing price and the volume of shares traded. And we're going to plot those metrics on the same chart. You'll see bar graphs, but you can do this line chart as well, area charts, and more. So let's get into how to build this. In an empty sheet, I'm just going to quickly show you how to use the Google Finance formula. So =, Google Finance. I'm going to pull NVIDIA. I'm going to go for a closing price. And then providing the start date, I'm just going to do Monday, March 31st, 2025. And then the end date we'll do today, which is the 28th of April, 2025. And I'm just going to pull in the daily. So let's see what that brings in. Great. So we have that. And now I'm going to also say, actually, I'll copy this formula because as I mentioned, I want to get the volume as well. So I'll just pull in the volume. And there might be a better way to do this, but because I don't want the date, this date column, to conflict with my chart, I'm just going to copy this and then Command Shift V to paste it in and replace. So now we have the data we want. I'm going to format this to just be a little bit cleaner. We'll make this currency. I will go to extensions, app script. And now that that's open, I will create a new function called combo chart. And I'm going to start with a few things, boilerplate, just to get us going here, like creating the title of the chart. So I'm going to get the active spreadsheet. I'm going to get the active sheet. And that's going to be instantiated as the variable sheet so that we can use that a little bit more easily. I'm also going to get the last row so that we can understand, get last row, what that is, and use that dynamically. So I'm going to say the title is equal to NVIDIA stock performance. And I actually want to get the date. So I'll say const starting date is equal to sheet.getRange, and that will be the starting date is the second row of the first column because we're going to skip the header and we're going to get the value of that. I'm going to just copy that and get the ending date, which will be row last row. Same first column, get the value. And the title I'm actually going to want to make dynamically because so these backticks are going to allow me to inject with a $sign curly brackets, the starting date and the ending date. I'm also going to create a chart variable where we will say sheet.newChart, and that'll allow us to update that. To get the values that we're going to chart, it's going to be a range of values, and I'm going to say sheet get range. We're going to start at the first row. We're going to start at the first column. We're going to go all the way to the last row, and we want 3 columns covered in that range. And now if I say chart.addRange, passing in the range that we just saved, that will allow us to update the data. We also want to set the chart type to be charts.chartType.combo. And as you can see here, there's many chart types. Like we could create a bunch of cool charts, but in this video, we're just going to stick to the combo. We're also going to, for the legend, we want to say set num headers equal to 1. That's going to be the first row, date, close, and volume. So really, we're just going to get close and volume to be dynamically imported. We're also going to say set position. So where is the chart going to be placed in your sheet? The row of 2, column of 6, offset 0, and offset y0. So offsets are 0. Dot set option. We're going to set a lot of options here, but in this one, it's going to be a title. So the option is a string, and you can, append different like text style dot color as an example. But for this example, we're just going to use title, and we're going to pass in the title that we saved up here. Set option. I like dark charts, and this is just to show you how you can customize it. We're going to set it to a hex code of 1E1F23. That's just a dark black gray that I like. set option of title text style. You can see here, like we can pass in a value or an object with multiple values, multiple keys and values of this one's font name, Helvetica, N, bold set to true, and the color will be white. I'm also going to say set option. We're going to create a legend. The legend defaults to the top, so I'm going to set the position to bottom just to show you that you can modify a lot of things here. And also the text style, which takes another object. The color, again, I'm just going to save as white. And now after the legend, the H axis, which is the horizontal axis, and that's going to take text style. We'll say color is white. Font name, just copy this, Helvetica. And I'm going to say slanted text, set that to true. Slanted text angle, we could do 30 degrees. You could do a number of different settings there. I'll also say set option, the V axes, vertical axes, which there will be multiple of them because we're plotting multiple metrics here. So for the 0th item, the left axis, we will say grid lines, color, and we'll set that to a light gray. And we'll also say text style, color, font name, Helvetica again. And then I'm just going to copy this because it's pretty standard. So those are the vertical axes. And now we'll say set option of series. And this is where we're going to plot the actual data and the lines. So again, using the 0 key. For this first one, we're going to say the type is line. The color of that line, I'm going to set to green. 008000. That's the hex for the green that I'm going to use. You can put different colors if you want. I'm going to set the line width to 3. And I'm going to say target axis index of 0. And that's how we know to use the left axis. I'm also going to say 1 and type bars. So for the bar chart, the color, I'll set this to red. And again, target axis index, set that to 1 for the right index. And now finally, at the very bottom, we'll close this out. And now we'll say sheet.insert chart. We'll pass in the chart and we'll pass in the build method to construct it. Command S to save that. We make sure combo chart is selected. We'll click run. We'll go over to the sheet and check out what we have built. So it's not perfect. I'm seeing the date in the title is a little wonky, and yeah, it's in here as well. The time is in here. So let me just quickly show you how to fix that. When I pass in the stock performance starting date, I'm going to say utilities, format date, pass in the starting date, time zone is GMT, and to format it using a format string of, I'm going to say like a 3-letter month, the day, and not the hard-coded year, but the full year. Just for the sake of time, I'm just going to copy this, paste it here, change the starting date to ending date. Command S to save that. I'm going to rerun the combo chart, and now that's a little bit cleaner of a title. And also, just so you know, like in the x-axis here, you can format that number to be a cleaner date, and that will be reflected in the chart because this is dynamic, just as it would be if you were to create a chart using this button here. I'm also going to add, just to show you here, like it's a little tight. It's a little confined here. So let's say here, we'll say set option width, and we'll set that to 1000. So run the combo chart again. And now it's a little bit elongated, and maybe you can see a little bit more. And it just inserts a new chart on top of old charts. So that's worth noting as well. You can do cool stuff just to show you like a few different things here. Instead of a line, maybe you say area. And instead of a line width, we would say area opacity. is equal to 25%. Pass that in as a decimal. Command R to run that. And now, as you can see here, it's an area chart above the bar chart. So I hope this was a helpful overview of how to generate custom combo charts using 2 metrics that are of different scales. And if you have any questions, please leave a comment and please subscribe if you found this video helpful and interesting. So thank you for your time, and thank you for your interest in automating away your repetitive tasks.